Alright, I just returned from my job interview, all sweaty and warm and whatever. And I wanted to have a nice glassy scent, not sweet, but dark, interesting, and I landed on Encre Noire, the normal one. I purchased à la extreme a while ago, but let's talk about Encre Noire by Lalique. This is a not so hidden gem, of course, in the fragrance community. You can get a 100 ml bottle for 30 euros, sometimes less, like 20-25. But it's a gorgeous, interesting scent. It smells really like you go in the dark woods, you know, in the places where the sunlight doesn't come that easily, and it's rotting leaves on the ground, or smells a little bit like a real old damp church. Real interesting, real intriguing scent by Lalique. For some, perhaps a little bit hard to pull off, because you know, if you're only used to the aquatic and sweet fragrances, this is neither. It is real woody vetiver, dark, nice fragrance. And vetiver is really the note that makes this fragrance as amazing as it is. It opens up with cypress, mid notes of vetiver, and base notes of cashmere wood and musk. But totally honest, I really just get lots and lots of vetiver with some other woody aspects coming through from time to time. But if you like vetiver, this really is the fragrance for you. If you don't like vetiver, this really isn't the fragrance for you. Again, it's real dark, heavy, nice, niche smelling, despite it being one of my cheapest fragrances. And I can't state enough how much I love this fragrance. But for how much I love this fragrance, it has some negative aspects, if you will, and that is the longevity and the sillage, the projection. All that is not so great. First, longevity. You spray it on, let's say you do 4 or 5 sprays, you get a longevity of around 4 hours, 5 hours, with some noticeable projection. And I will, in the broadest sense of those words, as in, you get, if someone's standing real close to you, they can smell you, but you know, a couple feet away, they won't really smell you after 1, perhaps 2 hours, depending on how many sprays you take, or rather put on. Sillage is also not that great. For the scent profile is really more autumn and winter, I would say. You wear this one, but it doesn't project. It isn't heavy enough, it isn't sweet or spicy enough to really cut through the cold, so it's a bit hard to pick up if it's really cold. And it really isn't a scent that you know, that's really made for warmer weather, although projects way more in warmer weather. I wore this one even in summer, and it's I will say a delight, because I really like this scent profile, but it isn't the typical summery fragrance. It isn't fresh, sweet, salty, aquatic, or whatever you expect from such a fragrance. Many people think this one smells like sycamore, a way more expensive fragrance. I have not smelled it yet, but it smells kind of nichey in the way that it's very much an acquired taste for the wearer and for the smeller, I would say. I think this really is a male kind of fragrance, even though I can see if you're a real classy woman, perhaps you can pull it off. You know, the real like a Hollywood-esque businesswoman. I can see it pull it off. So I would say it's unisex, but only if you can pull it off. Otherwise, I would say it's just a very bold, manly scent, even though it isn't as bold as you can only smell it for a couple of hours, really. As I said before, I also bought a la Extreme. I will review that one eventually. Really looking forward to it. Despite the lack of projection, the duration, the sillage of this fragrance, this one still is one of my favorite fragrances, and I every time I wear this one, I'm amazed of the combination of how cheap this one is and how rich, how sophisticated, how well put together, nichey smelling this fragrance is. So definitely try it out. I would always say try before you buy, but if you really like fragrances, at your own caution, of course, I would just buy this one. It's real cheap, and if you like fragrances, this one is really interesting, real high-end smelling, real sophisticated, but in a really dark noir way. Thank you all for watching, and see you all another time. Encre Noire by Lalique. Ciao.